And the Electoral Commission, IEBC, has asked the Supreme Court to dismiss claims by petitioners that William Ruto did not garner more than half of the presidential votes cast to meet the constitutional threshold for declaration as president-elect. According to the Commission's legal team, neither Azimio La Umoja presidential candidate Raila Odinga nor any other petitioner had demonstrated that results announced at the 46,229 polling stations were at variance with the final presidential poll tally declared by Chairperson Wafula Chebukati. And in responding to the 50% plus one question, the poll body defended claims of inconsistencies in the voter turnout, as well as allegations of alterations of results by third parties to attain a predetermined outcome. Francis Gashuri tells us more.
The numbers question was at the heart of electoral body IEBC's legal team response to the petition seeking nullification of presidential results as declared by Commission Chairman Wafula Chebukati. First, the Commission lawyers dismissed claims by the petitioners that there was infiltration of the IEBC results transmission technology.
And I urge the court to interact with the public portal. I want to confirm to the court 800 million persons access our portal. It did not even blink for a second. Its security, its firewalls, and the SOC are military grade. And in fact, a lot of the allegations that are coming from the other side is people are so frustrated in trying to hack our system why is your system so good?
The indication or the allegation appears to be that somebody intercepted the system or broke into this system, downloaded this form, altered this form, uploaded it again, and sent it or transmitted it to the National Tallying Center. Like I said, when eventually we have an opportunity to look at the details that we have submitted, including the KIMS returns, it will be apparent that there was no such intrusion.
The respondents that included the IEBC legal team termed as fiction assertions by the petitioners that Forms 34A were intercepted and figures changed.
That a JPEG of handwritten document can be converted to CSV amended on a form that has signatures and watermark and converted back to PDF and uploaded. If such technology exists, we actually want to buy its patent. It's actually impossible to do that.
Nobody is saying that the number that was declared by the chairman is wrong, because according to us, the numbers achieved by the president-elect is different because they have calculated it. The number achieved by the second was a different number because they have calculated it. Nobody is talking numbers here. All that they are saying is trying to challenge the process that went on at the National Tallying Center. But nobody is saying that any particular number is wrong.
They also urged the Supreme Court to uphold the Court of Appeal verdict in 2017, affirming the supremacy of the polling station as the port of final results.
And the outcome of the voting is determined on the same day. It is filled in Form 34A. It is pasted on the doors of each and every polling station. Now, the important thing here is that there is not a single affidavit or evidence that has been placed before you by anybody who says that the results that were pasted on the doors of every polling station, the Form 34A, is different from the ones that were announced or declared by the chairperson at the National Tallying Center.
The question of rejected ballots returned to the Supreme Court for determination. There were 113,614 rejected ballots in the August 9th presidential poll.
So to 50 plus 1, the court made its determination in 2013 on the votes cast and valid votes and the rejected ballots. Rejected are not votes. Votes is an authentication of preference. There's nothing called rejected votes. That's a rejected ballot. The court emphatically made that decision in 2013 and in 2017. to the petitioner's answer as to that, I think the simple answer will be get over it.
A vote that is rejected, a vote that is spoiled, does not express a choice and therefore cannot count for anything. This court pronounced itself again in 2017. My lords, we cannot keep coming back before you and asking you the same question. You have answered it twice. I don't think I need to say more about it.
The IEBC legal team tackling the question of 27 constituencies whose results were yet to be declared at the National Tallying Center by the time Chebukati declared the final presidential results.
And it cannot fall from the lips of those people who tried to stop that process to come before you and say the results of 27 constituents were not publicly announced, and yet you are the one who precipitated a situation where there was disorder, there was chaos. And this chairperson and the members of the commissions were now in fear for their lives. How do you tell them to still turn up and come and undertake an act that you have prevented from happening?
The number of voters who turned up to participate in the August 9th presidential election has been a subject of discussion, with Chebukati accused of issuing inconsistent numbers, a matter the IEBC lawyers sought to settle.
When all the returns have come from all the polling stations, the number of persons identified, that is the last number on the table, 14,239,862. As against the total registered voters in those stations which reuse the KIMS, 22,005,541, giving a turnout of 64.7103. You notice, Your Ladyship, we haven't included the manual count.
And ultimately, the allegation that Chebukati postponed gubernatorial elections in Kakamega and Mombasa counties to suppress voter turnout in Odinga's strongholds.
To the allegation that the postponed elections in Kakamega led to voter suppression in terms of the petitioners' votes being undercast, the allegation falls flat on the comparative data. We have provided the data for Vihiga, which is similar. Bungoma was a bit higher, but Vihiga is the same. So comparatively, when you look at those data points, that allegation falls flat. To the allegation that in Mombasa, there was a voter suppression because of the election that was run, I want to point out, even in 2017, the general voter turnout in Mombasa is generally very low. That data is available. It's always lower than the other constituencies. But comparatively, it is almost something that is comparable.